was a gun.
I'm not voting.
If we want to build our nation.
The problem with the Somalians.
Just want to experience something else than a black man.
Move on, move
Can't be like
forward.
a horse with blinkers on.
Honestly say, I was about to have
Corrupt
sex and then I pulled
crap,
up.
but it's nice.
My name is Sinisa Monagadi. I'm an education activist in equal education.
My name is Busongose. I stay in Kailicha. I'm an activist at Equal Education.
My name is Kuluma Ncumishali. I am an activist. I'm an education activist from Equal Education.
My name is Esetu Plagi. I live in Kailicha. I'm an education activist in Equal Education.
My name is Penatis Sakele from Kailicha. I'm an education activist from Equal Education.
Hi, my name is Asisi Bombana. I'm an equal education activist.
You know, there was a time where Angie Mutara didn't deliver books to Limpopo. I was expecting her to be fired. But Sana, by some mercy or like by some miracle, Angie still minister even right now, like after years. I mean, people have been reshuffled, but Angie survives.
Why?
Like she survived,
Why
you know?
is she still
Like I do not know, but like Sana survived Angie. Like they're literally dying in fecal matter in Limpopo and in Eastern Cape, but Angie's surviving.
I think the reason why Angie Mutaka survives, don't get me wrong, this is my observation, is because the current education system does not even look at the black township matric results, right? They look at those privileged schools in terms of
League.
in terms of
It's called Champions League.
Yeah, it is Champions League, by the way, if you look at it. Because it's all the privileged schools which are competing within that pool or within that circle of education that is privileged and have all the resources. Look at when they give us the metric results. They don't even look at all of those deprived areas or provinces. Limpopo, they never look. Eastern Cape. If we have a learner from Eastern Cape who matriculated and did well, they come from a very privileged area within Eastern Cape. They don't come from the rural areas deep down in
Queenstown.
But also, you'd think Minister Angie would like what do you call it? Relate. You know, to like you know ngaphandle about black, you think she'd relate because like by the looks of things from my view, you know, Angie, there was this one time, I think it was a year or two ago, she was announcing the results, and Sana she kept on saying, "Bana, the percentage is degrees." So instead of 80%, she would be saying 80 degrees. But like when you think about it, what is the no. But if you think about it, Ndazesana, education system so you think she'd relate. I'd be like, no man, guys, we have to focus on these things. But then also if you look at the education system here to get jokes aside. If you look at the education system here to guys, it's segregation, you know? Because you have quintile 1, 2, 3, quintile 4, quintile 5. Umntana ofuna quintile 5 or quintile 4. Okay, quintiles are like literally zijonga ngendlela. Zijonga ngoba isikolo sakho sikwephi area. So umntana mhlambe ofuna eWalma, ofunda eKemst, ofuna like all these places, man, Salt River, all these places that are close to the city bowl or are like high-end areas, you find that about quintile 5. But let's say again, typical example, mhlambi, it comes to the school where you get subsidized by the government to go to, right? But Puma comes of your university, you get into university, but on a registration fee. And then UWC, I know, okay, UWC, because they have this thing of subsidizing registration fee. But then when you get quintals, if you go to quintal 5, whether you're poor or not, they're not going to subsidize you. Not like quintal 4. But like education system, and because they know that because they're escaping all of this danger and not being safe to go study down, right? When they go there, they get into the schools that are quintile 4 and quintile 5. But the government still does nothing about that. Like, I mean, for Homa had like huge problems. They had to go borrow money from another school and all of that. And it was like a thing, man. schools were doing that because they're in quintile 4 and quintile 5, and they do not have money because the government does not. Also, quintile a higher. Imali efunyenwa ibulungu quintile 2 ekhaya elitsha is more than the money it's probably like 5 times the money you'll get quintile 5 when I get down. But like there are kids there who cannot afford to pay school fees and they apply for exemption. Sometimes they get the exemption, sometimes they do not. But the kickback that government is that why don't you go to school and sit down? But I'm not about that quality education, man. Probably for for mass model C schools. So I do not know what is going on with our government with this whole entire segregation thing that's going on in the education system. And like literally, if we are questioned, they'll put you some like bureaucracy that you have to go to this and go to that and go to that, and it never actually gets solved.
Black empowerment, ne? Because they understand that schools in townships, they can't afford as much as schools in CBD. So that's why they made those quintile things where it's like Sinika more if you're coming from a school in a black community than a school in a white community. But they don't understand if there are people that are running away from that situation of having to go to a school that doesn't have windows, for example, than going to a school. So umzali wakho would actually work hard for you to go to that school, Kweli, Basi, my city, whatever, to get to that school. But once you get to that school, they don't understand which umzali wakho cannot longer afford because the school fees increase each year, for example.
As much as you spend on school fees, you also spend on transport because for the whole entire year you have to go to school. For about 50 rand a day for a bus, those kind of things.
Sometimes with our leaders, it's always about politics, not humanity. Because as you've mentioned, ministers in the education system and MECs, all of those kind of stakeholders, but it's always about politics instead of what is it that we're doing wrong. It's always about politics. So when different activist organization campaign about the safety in schools and infrastructure in schools, it's always about starting using the blame game. They are this kind of political party. They are this one. They are this one. Instead of looking what is this problem that they are campaigning about, or what is this problem that they are raising awareness or trying to deal with in the education system. So most of our ministers are politicians. You become a minister because you are affiliated with a certain political party. So if you campaign for me, I'm the president. I'm telling you, you'll be the minister of science. You never studied science. You're a minister of transport. You don't know anything. You know what I mean? You are the finance minister, but you didn't study accounting. You don't have any qualification. But since you campaign for me, you're part of a political party, then I'll be able to do whatever. So it's time for a systematic change from the top to the bottom, because if people don't vote for their own ministers in South Africa, we'll always have problems, because even any political party that can get into power, they always push their people forward to become millionaires and billionaires, all of the kind of things. When civic society march to the CBD to address issues, it's always about this. They are this political party, they are this political party, which is wrong, because our people are still suffering from the ground, because people have this blanket approach that they have certain mandate.
When it comes to safety, there's this blame game going on also. There's like we're blaming police. Minister of Police is not giving enough resources. We're blaming social services is not looking up into the issues of why people are actually becoming gangsters, are actually doing these things. We're looking into why the MEC is not building schools that are actually safe for education, where they have fencing, access control, younger delay. So Napana, that's why we've been saying, Bana, okay, try and meet us halfway again. Come to our meetings, meet with us and say, Bana, this is what and what we can provide for these certain schools, so that at least we see that you are trying to meet us halfway besides doing the blame game.
I think I think it's like raise a point important also to say like these too many political parties are the ones that makes us like black communities like misled, because the black people now, they think they are fighting their struggles. Meanwhile, they're fighting the politicians' struggles. You see, for example, you are in this political party, and then you are part of this political party. This political party has its own mandate, something, agenda that is behind. Maybe they want to be in power in 2019. Now they are addressing the issues of this political party that is in power. You see, now this thing is misleading people now, because this one is going to defend him or herself because of, this is my political party. So now I have to be defended, because at the end of the day, if we political party am then zawuthini izawulamba. So that's why now the politics of today, the reason why we are facing these issues now, Ila knows that the system esiyisebenzisayo in the South African system, okanye politicians, the first mistake they made to allow businessmen to be part to run the country.
Capitalism is president.
You see, we go to capitalism, because now everyone go even leaders now, you can just go to elite. I will give you 10 million. Yeah, I give you 10 million when I take those people from Kailicha and do this and do that. Everyone will be fine. And then will just go just because they're now saying, I'm fighting for a political party.
Civil societies, guys.
Yes.
Even the president himself, for example, when we did that safe walk with him, we literally went there and stood with our placards. Mr. President, there's an issue. Mr. President, we're not safe. We can see that when you have police going with you in this walk, but in Kailicha, children don't have access to proper policing. But then we gave him social audit as a civil society, and that's trying to fight for equal education. Did we get a response?
So I think
No.
it goes back to
That's the thing.
what Senator said, that we must emancipate our people, but we can't emancipate our people when they're already old, right? It's gonna be difficult, and it's gonna take time. It's gonna be hard. Nah? Yeah,
also, I think when I speak of our people as equal education, who are our people?
I'm getting there. Esetu said while he was in primary school, high school, he didn't even take note or was not conscious enough to know that this environment is not conducive. I'm not getting resources 1, 2, and 3, right? But if we as equal education can target primary schools, then already when they get to high school, when they see those inequalities within the education system, they're already woke, right? They can speak out, they can voice out, they can be part of circles like equal education and elsewhere to do campaign work and be vocal about what's happening within the education system.
My dream is an equal and a just society for everyone living in South Africa, and to kind of contribute of making that equal and just society in South Africa.
My dream is to become an actor so that I can tell all of those stories which are happening and my experience of life.
My dream is to see a liberated black child, and more especially to see a liberated girl child.
One of my dreams is to become a teacher. I would really love to see young black people making education one of their priorities in their lives.
My dream is to become a motivator to some young entrepreneurs who want to create a system whereby we will be calling it a black capitalist system.
My dream is to become a leader, and I've been sort of living that dream by being part of this organization.
Yazi, you should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong. You should ever sit and talk with people, or else take a walk and create a straight talk. Talk what is nice, it will make you feel stronger. Listen what is right and say what is wrong.